the Barraki. You know 'em, you love 'em. These creeps from the deep are legacy Lego sets, and they're loved by all. But what about if these characters got a sick revamp and reimagining? What would that look like? Well, it's time to take a look at some incredible community creations that do exactly that. Let's check it out. Revamp number 1, it's Carapar. Vio Halkas has made this. Carapar has always been the biggest and the bulkiest of the Barraki. His sweet, stocky armor creates a really original and fun look, and it does set him apart from the others. So, what does that look like if you really double down on that aesthetic? Now he really assumes the role of that bruiser character. And how about them shoulder pads? You get 4 of them. These come in gold on a Chima Ultra Build set. And now placing them like this, they kind of replicate the look of a crab shell. That's dope. And hey, mixing in gold with Carapar's very signature yellowish and black marbled pieces, well, it's a really nice match. I thought that those 2 colors together might look a bit too much. It wouldn't really work, they'd clash too much. But no, it works. I also love the design philosophy on this. Doubling everything up. Instead of 2 silver pincers on the face, let's make it 4. Instead of 2 arms, the hands now branch off into 4 claws. Big, doubled up, bulkier Carapar? It's a dream come true. Over to Takadox. This magnificent revamp is made by Inspiration to Creations. The original set had more of a slim approach. It's almost like the stark opposite of Carapar. And yeah, I think that works. Takadox is kind of inspired by a shrimp, and they are quite tiny and slim. Although actually, Takadox is inspired by a mantis shrimp, and they are a little bit bigger than your average shrimp. Especially side by side like this, the mantis shrimp is a bit more bulky. So I see nothing wrong with armoring up Takadox just that little bit more, because I think it fits, and I think it works. It's right in line with the original inspiration. I really like these new claws. The silver ones on the original set, sure, they were good. The barbed edges, sick. But this, the way it curves and bends, it feels appropriate for a shrimp. And the colors, it's a much better fit for everything else. It blends right in. Speaking of colors, we all know and love Takadox for that sweet, sweet, glow-in-the-dark armor. And how about this shot right here? Gosh, the way that the eyes and the teeth just become this void of black. It looks hollow, it looks terrifying. Let this be a sign for you to mess around with your glow-in-the-dark pieces. Because when you turn the lights off and you take photos like this, it's so transformative. It looks so good. I'm all for this bigger, bulkier approach for this set. I love it. But that's enough for these bigger, bulkier revamps. Here's Kalmah. It's made by Nico727. So this one keeps things slim, but it doesn't sacrifice on detail. See, like right here, the simple inclusion of some of these curved slopes. It fills in the gap of this prefab limb. I like that. But I really like these new tentacles. You remove the orange, you swap it out for black. I think that works. Especially because now these ones are far more posable. And you can keep these in whatever position you put them in. These make use of the wonderful ratchet joints. They're the same ones that come on Toa Matanui's fingers. It's a good piece. I love how this looks. The head design also has a few nice new touches, like these dark tan teeth instead of white ones. It adds a bit more of a kind of grimy, gross appearance. But take a look at the eyes. Have you noticed that one of them is a different shade of blue? That's fun, it's like he's got a bit of battle damage. So this third eye is trans medium blue instead of the traditional trans dark blue. This recolored eye element, it actually comes from Hully Murray. The very top of her mask includes this piece. I guess it's meant to be like a searchlight? Still, isn't that an amazing touch? Hey, you could do the same thing for your own version of Kalmah. You barely notice it, but when you do, it's such a good inclusion. Up next, Pridak by Benito. This one follows the same formula as Kalmah. It's slimmed down, but it doesn't sacrifice on the details, no. For example, the sweet hint of system right here on the crotch, or the choice to include this white stars armor on the torso. This one came on Takanuva. Funnily enough, it was also used on his torso. Yet both of these methods of detailing this up, they keep things very slim and flat, and that's how the original set looked. I really like that. Keeping the details in, but not sacrificing on that original aesthetic and vibe and appearance. This is such a modest and well-executed revamp. Number 5, it's Mantax. This was made by Debug Chan. So in the Bionicle story, the Barraki, they're described as these alliance of warlords. And you know what? This really does showcase that warlord aesthetic. This cape, it's perfect for a warlord, right? Even this new, enhanced claw arm. You could maybe make the argument that it's reminiscent of an iron fist. And what do warlords do? Well, they rule with an iron fist. I think it fits in quite nicely. This revamp also sports a lot of these fin pieces in black. Originally, these would have appeared on an old Atlantis set. You got a lot of them in this one little dude. It's actually pretty great. This is a good little parts pack. It's like these pieces were made for a Barraki revamp. The look of it is so aquatic. It almost looks kind of like wet and fish-like. It fits in so well. If you're looking to revamp Mantax, or honestly any of the Barraki, you need some of these pieces. And hey, once again, another mismatched eye. One blue and one red. Yeah, I guess it's similar. He got his eye damaged in combat, and now it's a little bit discolored. Or maybe it's like a glass eye, he had to replace it, you know? Whatever it's meant to be, I just really like it. The pop of blue certainly looks very nice. Our final revamp today, it's my boy Ehlek. Valhalla Mox has built this one. I just love that original design. The coolest looking silver claws that you've ever seen, and a frickin' sea urchin of spines on his back, and all of it in a beautiful, translucent green. Wow. So this revamp keeps those sweet claws, but now it's a bit more of an asymmetrical design. This bigger one, it's making use of these 3 silver claw elements. They're the same ones that came on Stormer 2.0, and I think they came in a couple other 2.0 heroes, I think. Yes, they did. This is a nice way of reimagining that original design, but still keeping it relatively similar. Now, all of these new additions of silver. Remember, in the Bionicle story, the Barraki are sent to the pit, and in the pit, there's this substance called mutagen, and it mutates them, it transforms the Barraki. So I kind of like the idea that this silver is a representation of that mutation. You know, especially with a lot of these macaroni tube pieces. It does give off this weird, amorphous, kind of organic, free-flowing texture, which kind of does depict that kind of mutation from a certain point of view. I don't know, I really like how that looks. It's kind of like a robotic mutation, perfect for a Bionicle. It's also nice to see some of these CCBS trans-green bones. It is a very subtly different color to Ehlek's pieces, but you know, hey, don't they look great next to each other? Pieces from totally different generations of Bionicle can still mix together very nicely. How sweet. Wonderful work, dude. Wow, 6 brilliant Barraki revamps. What a little treat. And if you feel like taking a look at even more Barraki revamps and other cool mocks, then take a look at the links below. You can find more work of these builders right there. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Happy building, and bye for now.